Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Okay. He's ready.
Sorry, I got a hair in my mouth. Hey, it's what? Thursday,
May 21st.
May 21st. I told you about, the fun we had building hay wagons. Well, the reason why we built the hay wagons is this machine right here is the first step for cutting and baling hay. What I'm standing in front of is called a mower conditioner. And what it does, if you look down here where my foot is, because I lost my stick, you see these
Blades.
triangle type blades.
Uh-huh.
It's called a sickle bar.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of works in a scissors action where it goes back and forth, and it'll cut the hay for us. And as the hay is being cut, these tines, this chamber here, will take the tall hay and rake it down into the chamber, into the sickle bar. And I don't know if my wife can see this or not.
Yep.
I'll get down. You can see these big black rollers
Yep.
behind the chamber,
Uh-huh.
and it'll squeeze and crimp the moisture out of the stem of the hay. Kind of like the old time washer wringer that had the wooden rollers on it that helped squeeze the water out of the
Mhm.
clothes after mom or grandma pulled it out of the washing machine.
Mhm.
So this is step one. We mow down the hay. Now,
Mhm. Let me take a look at it over here.
okay, mine out of your way.
Yeah. It's just the side. It's the.
It runs off a PTO shaft,
Uh-huh.
and over where she's standing and looking, behind that big yellow square box, there's chains and grease fittings, and
Mhm.
there's lots of grease fittings on all this stuff. Oil and grease is the blood of this equipment.
Yeah.
All
See,
right.
oil.
We can go moving forward.
Mhm.
I laid my stick somewhere down here in the barn.
It's out in the garage.
Okay, and
Then, after it's laid down and tends to dry, then you can tet it, which you'll see at some point, and then it gets raked, which you'll see at some point. Then the final part of it all is
the
this
baler.
this here machine,
All right,
the baler.
let's go around the front.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad at least it's warmed up a little bit, because this morning it was cold, wet, damp, crappy. Oh, I shouldn't say that word on here.
Oh well.
So, anyway, sorry. But anyway, this is the front of the baler, and at this tongue, and also with the mowing machine, you can see how the tongue is kind of bent
Mhm.
in toward the center of the machine. Well, we have to kick it into either mowing gear or baling gear. So you've got the tractors here, and the baler and the mowing machine would be over here off to the side. That way you're not running over the windrows.
Mhm.
So,
And that's a tricky operation.
what, the windrows?
No, to put it into baling gear.
That's my job.
That's his job.
So anyway, once again, on this machine, we've got these tines here, and the tines on the mowing machine pulls it into the top of the mowing machine, and these tines pick it up and pull it into these fingers under here. You got the picture of the fingers?
Maybe, yeah. There's, you can kind of see them coming down.
Up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're coming down.
Okay. Well, this chamber will pick up the cut hay in the windrow, and the fingers will kind of rake it into the baling chamber. Now the baling chamber, and I don't remember the exact size of my baling chamber, but the baling chamber, I do believe it's like 23 inches wide and like 14 inches tall. That's the size of our hay bales.
Mm-hmm.
But underneath here, I don't know if you can see it, is the blade out, honey? Where are you at?
I was over there looking at your... No.
Okay.
No.
Well, there's a blade that runs and there could be a big wad, long wad of hay, and this blade will come by and it'll chop it. So then after that, the blade is attached to this plunger, and the plunger will push and compact the hay into flakes. I call them flakes, some people call them sheaves. So it'll pack it, and it'll pack it to the point where it becomes a bale. Now, we need to walk around the tongue again.
Watch the tongue. Keep going. That.
Yeah, these are shin busters, you can't see them.
Okay, now we're back here. Uh-huh.
By the baling chamber.
Uh-huh.
Now, we're doing this before I start oiling and greasing this thing, because I don't want to get my camera greasy and whatnot. Are you back far enough to see the knotters?
Yeah.
Okay. In here, we've got these things called knotters. And with the knotters, you've got these 5 plates that are, where'd it go? They're 5 silver plates that have notches in them.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Here, in the front of, right there is what you're looking for, that plate.
yeah, these plates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are the knotter plates where they've got notches in them, and that's where the string, here's this piece of string right here. There's where the string gets caught in these plates. There's 5 of them, and as the baler's working, they spin around, and as they spin around, they twist and make this knot. And then once it gets so far and so long to the weight and the length that I want, this is a trip arm which will interact with the knotter to make the
Knot.
plates spin all the way around to complete the knot. And then the plunger will keep feeding hay into the chamber here, and with the chamber and the plunger, it'll keep pushing,
Another bale.
it'll keep making and pushing more bales.
Uh-huh.
Let me back here so I don't knock you down.
Okay.
All right, now these things here got me slapped real bad, because these are the bale chamber chutes. And one year I had this 21-year-old girl come up and approach me and said, "Hey, are you hiring for hay help?" I said, "Yeah, I need hookers and stackers." And when I said hookers, I got slapped.
Oh.
Well, on the hay wagon, these things are dropped down, so this end of the chute is right over top the front left corner of the hay wagon. And the hooker actually has a hook.
Mm-hmm.
And this hook, you can reach down and hook into the hay bale and pull it out, which is a lot safer than trying to reach in and snatch and grab these tight strings. Well, she took it the wrong way, even told her I had her own corner she could stand on, and we would have a stacker behind her. And the stacker takes the bale that she just pulled out of the chamber and stacks it up against the backboard. And that way we've got 2 on the wagon. It's not hard on anybody when they're riding a wagon and hooking and stacking versus walking the ground, picking them up and throwing them on the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
To do that, you need 5 or 6, 7 people to do that, because it'll absolutely wear you out real quick. And luckily, I think I'm still young enough and healthy enough that if I don't have any hookers and stackers, I'm a hooker and a stacker. And I've done it so many times in my life that I can do it with my eyes closed. Well, I don't need to close my eyes, do I? But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
once again, the process is we mow it down with the mowing machine, we ted it with the tedder, we'll rake it with the rake and the windrows, and we usually rake double windrows, because that way we can bale faster and cover a lot less ground a lot quicker, because it doesn't take no time to rake.
Mm-mm.
So we rake it double windrows, and then we hook up the baler, and we start baling. We hook up the baler and the wagon, we start baling. We end up putting 105 bales on a wagon. That way, when we pull it into the barn, I can look at a wagon and say, well, I got 105, 210, 315, and 20, because there might be 20 bales in a pickup truck or something like that. And we stack it that way because I've only got like 9-foot doors in the barn. Plus, I stack it 5 and 5 and 5 and 4 and 2, because the top 2 bales are called a tyro, so to prevent anything from shifting and falling off. And the way I stack it is I put 4 and 1 in the center, and then I put 5 going this way, then I put 4 and 1 in the center on the 3rd row, and then I'll put 4, which these ends here will lay on the center one, and then on these 4 I'll put 2 up here to lock them in tight. These 2 up top is called your tyro. Now if I'm going down a road hauling to somewhere, I'll take a rope off the back of my backstop and throw it up against the tyro, and that way I can cinch down all the bales on the wagon, and I don't have to worry about them rolling or falling off. Because I know people who lose hay bales, and it's a disaster to try to get it picked up. So, this is the process that we go through every year for our horse customers, and we have a lot of fun doing it. It's a lot of work, keeps me in shape, and my lovely wife gets a beautiful suntan as she drives the tractor. So, once again, I hope you like this video. I hope it's interesting, and I'm going to stress again that I make these videos for inspirational entertainment, because people think I'm crazy. For everything I do, they think I'm nuts.
Okay.
Maybe I am, don't know. But anyway, tell your friends, spread the word, like them, thumbs up, please. I don't like thumbs down. Do the bell for instant messaging.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. If you want to contact me, I do have my email address on there. Got to figure out my computer to open this email, because my computer's like ancient and screwy. So the email address is gutsyguy59@gmail.com. So,
Or leave a comment if you don't hear back.
and leave a comment if you want. If you like this video, if you think I'm nuts, just put down nuts. But that's all right. We appreciate you, everybody that's been watching. We, like I said, really appreciate you. So tell your friends, spread the word. And actually, I'm having fun doing it, because it beats sitting around the house. So, me and my lovely wife, we say God bless, and we're out.